Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Our topic today we will be talking about the time for the for 5 daily prayer. Time for 5 daily prayer. أوقات الصلوات الخمس. Time for 5 daily prayer, which is a very interesting topic. Very interesting. It will be very interesting. People usually have a problem with this time. People usually misunderstood the time for 5 daily prayer, and then it is a problem in our community. Let's talk about the time, inshallah. Please don't forget to share the video, like the video. If you have any comment or questions, you can type it in the comment section. You can also share the video. Starting with the first prayer, that is subh. Starting with the first prayer, that is subh. The subh prayer or fajr. Subh is compulsory prayer, and the fajr there is 2 rak'ah you normally play before you pray to subh prayer. So we are talking about the compulsory prayer now. The fajr you pray 2 rak'ah before pray the compulsory prayer. That is obligatory prayer. So subh is the obligatory prayer. Subh prayer started when begins when the set of the seconds down, which people usually say when you divide the night into 3 parts. The third part, the starting of the third part, when you divide night, where night start and where night end, into 3 parts, the beginnings of the third quarter, that is where third part, that's where the subh prayer started. It says the sun, it begins when the sets, one set of the seconds down, which is the brightness that appear along the horizontal in the east and extended north to south, and the time will continue until the sun rests. Time will continue until the sun rests. So subh prayer will stop the moment sun rests. The moment sun rests, subh prayer will stop. So if you pray after sun rests, that means you are praying, but you are not praying at the right time. You are praying after you are praying, but you are not praying in the right time. Let's come to the Zuhur prayer, which in this country people understand, or so many people understand 2 prayer. That's what they call it, 2 prayer, and which is definitely wrong concept. We should not call it 2 prayer, and it is not a 2 prayer also. We should not, because this prayer doesn't have fixed time. We come on to the Zuhur prayer. Zuhur prayer started when sun passes its zenith. Like example, the highest part of the sky. The sun passed the highest part of the sky, and started to descend towards the west. For example, when the moment you stand under the sun is in the highest part under the highest part under the sky. Like the sun faces your head here, the sun is standing to your head. That is the time where Zuhur prayer starts. That will be likely 12, half past 12 to 12, half past 12 or 12, half past 12, quarter past 12, half past 12 to. So if anyone pray after that time, he or she pray the right time. If anyone pray 1 o'clock, he pray right time. Quarter past 1, pray right time. Even 12 to 45, if the sun pass that place, that if anyone pray that time, he is praying the right time. And then you can also pray too. You pray the right time. So one can also pray half past 2, he pray the right time. So one can pray even around 3. He pray the right time. So the problem is we have a problem here in our community. People thought that when you pray before 2 o'clock, you don't pray the right time. People always thought when you pray before quarter past 2, like in some masjid, you'll go more than 10 years, 5 years since that masjid built. The Zuhur prayer is constant, it doesn't change. All other prayer will change, but Zuhur prayer and Asr prayer doesn't change. That will be constantly prayed 2 o'clock, or constantly prayed 5 o'clock. Some masjid will constantly pray quarter past 2. More than 10 years constantly. All other prayer will change, but this particular 2 prayer will not change. That is the question. Why are they getting that information from? who give them information that two prayer is only two, or two prayer is you prayed only quarter past two? Who give them that information? Because not Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, neither the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam give them that information, and they will not find it in any Islamic book. No Islamic scholar will tell them that you cannot pray before Zuhr prayer before 2 o'clock, or if you prayed after 2 o'clock, you don't pray the right time. No Islam scholar will tell you that. So why people always having a problem when it's time to pray 2 o'clock, when it's time for 2 or Maghrib? In some masjid they will change Subh prayer when the sun change. They will change depending on the sun. They will change as Maghrib prayer depending on the sun. They will change Isha prayer depending, but they will never change the Maghrib, Subh, Dhuhr prayer and Asr. And if these prayers they are all in that particular day, Subh is dependent on the sun, Maghrib is dependent on the sun, Isha also is dependent on the sun. So why those two prayers are not dependent on the sun? Why are they having the fixed time? Exactly two. That is the question. And then people will always have a problem with this when they see you praying before 2, like 1, you build a masjid, or in your area you decided to pray 1:30. They will call it marahas or new religious, which is definitely wrong. This prayer doesn't have fixed time. No one should give it a fixed time. If you decided to pray exactly 2 o'clock, no one will have a problem with that. But you also should not have problem with someone who prayed before 2. And you should not call someone this a new religion, this is not correct, who prayed before 2. And you shouldn't have problem with someone who prayed after 2, like 2:30 or 2:45. You shouldn't have problem with someone with that person, because all are range of the Zuhur prayer. If any one of them pray by that time, he or she pray the right time. So, and it will continue until the length of every object is equal. The shadow of every object is equal to its length. Like when you stand, put this pen under the sun, the shadow of the pen is equal to the pen the time the sun, so Lord prayer will stop. Or you yourself stand under the sun, you observe your shadow, and the shadow is equal to your length. That means the Zuhur prayer stop by the time, ends the time. So if the shadow doesn't equal to your length, still you can pray your Zuhur prayer because it's time. And no one have right to tell you don't pray right time. If you stand under the sun, some scholars will say that if you stand under the sun, you check, you look at the sun, that the sun will go to the west. You look at the sun is on your forehead. That means that is the time your length will equal to your shadow will equal to your length. That is the time Zuhur prayer stop. That is the time Zuhur prayer stop. Asr prayer will start that where the Zuhur prayer stop. Asr prayer will start when the shadow of every object is equal to that particular object. That is the time Asr prayer stops. When you stand under the sun, your shadow is equal to your length. That is the time Asr prayer stops. Or your shadow is longer than your length, you are in the Asr prayer. You check, you put the shadow object under the sun, and the shadow of the object is longer than the object itself, knows that it is the time for Asr prayer. The Dhuhr prayer has already passed. It's time for Asr prayer. So Asr prayer will continue until the color of the sun change to yellow, until the sun turn to yellow. Mostly that will go up to 6 o'clock, after 6, maybe after even 7 o'clock, or after some minutes after 7. That is all the times you can pray Asr. So the problem is, as I mentioned it, you will never find in any Islamic book that is you will not pray Dhuhr until 2 o'clock, or you not pray 5 until 2 o'clock. Whoever prayed after 2 o'clock, he doesn't pray the right time. No Islam scholar book you will find it. And no Islam scholar will tell you that whoever prayed after 2, you don't pray right time. Whoever prayed after 5, it is not the right time. You shouldn't have problem with someone that he is usually pray after 2 or after 3. Sallallahu alaihi Muhammad. We will continue with the part 2 inshallah.